Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be vlog number 23, and in this video we're going to show you guys how we actually harvest our crickets. But before we get into the video, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been subscribing and supporting the channel lately. We've just cracked 350 subscribers on YouTube, which is a really cool milestone for us here at Schubugs. So yeah, thank you guys for supporting the channel, and let's get into the video. Alrighty, so in this video we're going to show you guys everything, how we actually process the crickets, how we get the crickets out of the tub, how we euthanize them, and so yeah, the first thing that we have to do is I'll give you guys a quick little look at the tub. This is tub number 18 that we're going to be processing today, and there's a few crickets up the back. It'll be really interesting to see how many crickets are actually in this tub, and we'll show you guys that as well, how much it weighs. But the first thing that we need to do is actually get all the crickets out of the tub, so we'll show you how we actually separate all of the leftover food, the frass, just the waste in the bin, and all the cardboard. So let's get into it now. Okay, so now that we've taken the breeding soil out, the food, the water, the oranges, we're just left with the crickets and all the waste, and you can see that just in here, so you see all the crickets running around, all the frass over in that corner. So the next thing we have to do is, if you watched one of our previous videos about packing up the crickets, we have this, which is I'd say a filter, a sieve, and then we also just have a bin. And the sieve goes in the bin like so, and once we have that all set up, what we actually do is we'll take this out and we just tip all the crickets in there and then filter all the frass through. So, and then that's how we just get the crickets. So I'll show you guys that now. Let's go. Alrighty, so now that we've separated the crickets from the frass, what we need to do is actually weigh the crickets, so I'll take you over there now. 518 grams of crickets. Alrighty, so we've only got to keep about maybe 1,500 of the actual crickets, and we put about 500 back. So you can see the crickets are just back here now, and we're going to put egg cartons back in so we can continue to get eggs from them. And the next thing that we need to do is I'm going to put them in this tub, and then I'll show you guys how we actually euthanize them as well. So let's go. Okay, so a bit of a change of scenery now. We're in the kitchen, and in this tub we've got about 1,500 crickets. Now these crickets have been set aside for 12 hours, and the reason why we do that is just to remove any waste products that they still have in their system. Now on the farm we have a huge freezer that we put our crickets in to freeze them, but showing you guys how we do it in the kitchen, just so if you do buy any live crickets back at home, you know how to just freeze them in your kitchen. It's super simple. You want to freeze your crickets for longer than 3 hours, and the reason for that is because if you don't freeze them for longer than 3 hours, they will come back to life. And also we freeze our crickets for about 12 hours because we find it kills a lot more bacteria. Now if you go on to roast your crickets or cook your crickets, you won't actually have that bacteria, but you're just covering all bases by doing it. So here we go. So we'll show you guys what they look like in 12 hours. Alrighty, so it's been 12 hours and this is what the crickets look like. So yeah, as you can see, this is pretty rock hard after 12 hours. Like, it's hard to even get a cricket off it, but some of the loose ones just around here. You can see that they've kept most of their legs and their antennas, but of course there are some just around the edges of the bowl. I wouldn't worry about that too much because that's all going to come off when you start to wash them up and clean them and get ready for roasting them. So, okay, so yeah, it's super simple. So from the farm to the freezer and then into this dish just here, there isn't a lot, and it's really clean, it's really easy, and anyone can do it. So if you do order frozen crickets, or sorry, if you do order live crickets, you can just chuck them in the freezer and freeze them yourself. And the reason why people would want to do that is it gives them a lot more diversity and it gives them a lot more options when they are actually roasting their crickets. So they can choose the temperature, the heat, the way they roast them, if they put them in the pan or if they actually put them in the oven, or even a dehydrator, or yeah, even an air fryer. For instance, I've seen people starting to air fry their crickets, which is really, really cool. So I'm sure it tastes great. Now, the other thing is with these frozen crickets, people do choose frozen crickets because they can just eat them like this. And yeah, it tastes fine. It literally, crickets don't have much of a taste anyway, which is why they're so easy to add into food. They have a huge nutritional profile, like they're just unbelievable, which is why I've decided to start farming them. So yeah, from here, I'm gonna make another video, which is actually gonna be roasting these crickets or pan frying them. I'm just going to show you guys a bunch of different ways you can actually roast your crickets. So that's going to be the next video that goes up on the YouTube channel after this one. And then from there, I'm going to make a bunch of recipe cooking. It's going to turn into a bit more of a cooking channel as well. So I'm going to show you guys how to cook with crickets or cook with insects, and then actually add them into your diet. So that's going to be a pretty little exciting adventure for me. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, so and the last thing is, if you guys do have any recipes, or even if you have any sort of weird, unique insects, just you want me to try and cook with, send them through or send me a link, or when I can order them in. I'd be really, really keen just to get my hands on as many insects as I can, just to try and roast and cook them up. And then from there, I might try and write a cooking book or like a little recipe and put it up on the website. So stay tuned for that as well. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today's video. So thank you for sticking around and thank you for the support. I know that we just cracked like 350 subscribers on YouTube, so I thank you for that. That's really, really cool. And yeah, if you do have any recipes or any comments, leave them down below. I'll give them a crack, and we'll see you in the next video, which will be roasting crickets. So bye, have a great day.